Hey, white women. I know y'all are getting real excited about the man versus bear conversation. I get it. But I just want us to sit in our hut of humility real quick and know that this is the same thing, same-ish thing as me asking, hey, black women, hey, you're at work and you're alone in a room. Who would you rather walk in right now? You don't know what it is, a white man or a white woman. You're in a conference room alone. You have to be with one or the other. Which one is it going to be? Now, be careful how you feel about this, because how did man feel when we picked bear, okay? All right, women, I just want us all to just be in our proper placement. I love the conversation. I just, you know what I'm here for. That's it. Sorry. So this person, sorry. Okay. This sorry. Fred, look at Fred. You're so dumb, y'all. This person is explaining to me why I'm wrong about how I feel about white people, white women versus white. So this person is confused. What do you mean, white people? Sorry. Every time I start to explain a white person talking to me about how bad slavery was, in order to con- so they're like, so she's like, white women were also under the control of these white men, and I'm like, who raised those men? Trying to help you, and then she's like, who raised the man that raised the men that you're okay with? The same answer. And then it's like, your type is so fast. Oh my gosh. Like they don't even, you don't hear it. And this is why I choose white men, because like I feel like I'm glitching or something, because one, you know what, this is on me. It's not, but it's on me because I went public so that Amanda Seals could potentially find me. And I think, so I'm public, so people who don't follow me get to leave comments like this. It hurts my whole entire face. Not you not following me and thinking this is the first video I've ever made ever. Please start the conversation on how to protect women of color as a white woman. I'm saying it wrong on purpose. Please shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I have to stop. I'm gonna stop reading the comments. But like some of y'all hit, and then randomly, I forgot how bad people are at asking questions. There's so many people. Your name is your name is a white woman whisperer? Are you obsessed with white women? Are you okay? That's three questions. That's three questions you didn't answer. What? You didn't even wait for an answer to one. And on the Amanda Seals one, someone said, are we, hate that we, are we diagnosing her off of two clips? That's it. You're not doing what you think you're doing, babes. You didn't wait for my answer because it was no. I said I watched two clips of that interview. The diagnosis comes from something else, honey. Ugh. But anyway, I know this is the beautiful thing about having community for over 3 years is I do know that like I can leave all of this. I don't really have to go in and reply. I didn't have to do this. And I know I don't have to do this because my followers, the Weight Watchers who have been around since the cake days, y'all come in just fire on these people. And you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to, but like y'all come through and say stuff where I'm like, oh shit, I did say that. And I don't need to do this. And that is the beauty. That is how white women protect women of color, is by getting people like this. You know what's wild? How many people are showing exactly why I would choose white man, because white man sees me as a woman. White woman doesn't see me as a woman. I need y'all to look and see how many comments are of women explaining to me what male violence could be. I'm 34. When I say man versus bear is similar to this, and you come in immediately and start explaining to me that men can do this and this and this and this, I find that very interesting and point proving. You want to be disgusted with me? I find that point proving. She got me, guys. Sorry, I haven't done eyeliner and mascara yet, or lips, obviously. Sorry, I just remembered what this was again. Imagine thinking, I hate white women. I hate white women, and I hate them so much that I talk to them voluntarily. Oh, that's what white people do. That's it. Because they're literally in my comments talking to me about how much they hate what I'm saying, which is weird. Oh, white people only have the stuff they don't like. They don't have a lot of stuff they do have because distinction is anti-white, basically. Oh, okay. I just responded sad because I don't know, sad. Bitch, I don't care if you're sad. I gotta tell you, I find this comment so fascinating. One, like I responded, you should have stopped it, I don't know. Right? I know that you don't think, like, that you don't really believe in that part of your sentence, but like, that didn't change anything. I don't know. I think that's the white woman's, well, actually, like no one asked, right? This was about perspective shifting and blah, 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 blah. We know that. You know, there's some interesting things about that to say, but we've said that before. You don't need to say stuff if you don't know. But this type of categorization only benefits men. Zero-sum game? Do you think that if something benefits men, like whether that's true or not is not really what I want to talk about. I don't, because what does that mean? This kind of thing only benefits men. Is that a problem? Do you think, so this is whiteness, right? It's, I want to see punishment done and harm come to those who have caused harm. And maybe that's why people think me talking about white women and how, or just to white women about their whiteness, that's some kind of punishment to them, or I'm like yelling at them about it. I'm helping. What I'm doing is to the benefit of white women. Like you're, so what? Like, even if this was true, that's weird. What kind of future do you see? What kind of future do you see? Like, what happens if patriarchy crumbles? A bigger prison? Because this is white feminism. It's just doing more of the same shit. God forbid something benefits someone you don't, oh my God. Ugh. Oh. Yeah. Oh my God. So yesterday I made a Patreon post video about this kind of whole thing. I go a little bit more into like what I would do, how I would have the conversation differently with men and blah, 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 right? And all of this. But in that video, I talk about men are mad because we're not choosing them. We're choosing bear. White women are mad because we're not choosing them. As much as almost like you are your men, you know, if you say that about them, then we say that about you. Like I always say that. But we're claiming that, Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. My response to this was, ain't I a woman? And yeah, I knew that they wouldn't understand the reference, right? And they responded more. Yeah, of course you are. But what you're doing, it's like I feel this in white woman being mean to me has no comparison to being forcibly fucked in a break room. Because I wasn't clear about your point. When I said, ain't I a woman? The point was, I may have some experience, bitch. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm really fucking not sorry. I am so, every single time one of you bitches mentions SA and rape, I'm gonna need you to take 17 seats. How many times do I have to say, am I a woman? Am I a woman? Do you think I not know this? What do you think my history with male violence is? Do you think I don't fucking know what I'm talking about when I present these options? This one sent me over because I already, I gave you so many fucking hints. Ain't I a Woman by Bell Hooks. Google it, bitch.
I think White Woman Whisperer is breaking the internet right now. Watch this video and I'll be right back.
Hey, white women. I know y'all are getting real excited about the man versus bear conversation. You know, I get it. But I just want us to sit in our hut of humility real quick and know that this is the same thing, same-ish thing as me asking, hey, black women, hey, you're at work and you're alone in a room. Who would you rather walk in right now? You don't know what it is, a white man or a white woman. You're in a conference room alone. You have to be with one or the other. Which one is it gonna be? Now, be careful how you feel about this, because how did man feel when we picked bear, okay?
So I decided to go take a cruise down the comment section and I'm fucking like, what the hell? She said, White Woman Whisperer said, if we ask black women, who would you rather choose to come into a room? Would you rather prefer a white man to walk in a room if you're in that room by yourself, or a white woman? There are white women in her comment section answering for black women, telling black women how they should feel if white women walk in the room. Not sitting back and listening to white women and listening to black women and how they would feel regardless of which person comes in the room. They're in her comment section telling black women how they should feel. They're in her comment section telling her that this question is divisive. Completely missing the fucking point. And some of them proving her point. This is insane. There are even some trying to throw the entirety of the harm on black women to just white men. Like, white women have never harmed black women. Like, our body autonomy hasn't been harmed by white women. Like, white women haven't tried to put their hands on us. Like, white women have not tried to harm our children. Like, white women haven't unalived our children. Like, white women don't try to touch our hair. Like, they're trying to absolve themselves from everything and throw everything on the white man. Oh my God, her comment section is wild, y'all. Y'all go click on the comment section and go watch that. Go read that shit. Completely missing and proving the point at the same time. Wow. I just want to say this before I let you guys go. There was a lot of white women in the comment section saying that there isn't a history of white women as saying black women, that there's not a history of white women unaliving black women. So they're saying that it's safer to have a white woman in the room alone with them than it is to have a white man. What they fail to realize is the words of a white woman is just as dangerous as having a white man in the room who can physically assault you. White women's words and tears have been the cause of thousands of black women, men, and children to be unalived in this country. History has shown us this over and over and over. So a white woman being alone in a room with a black woman, if the black woman angers said white woman, all she has to do is leave that room and go to the white man, and that can cause great harm to the black woman and her family. So essentially, the words and tears of a white woman is as dangerous as the hands of a white man. Remember, diversity equal power. We can change the world when we work together and protect black women. Until next time.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. When it's, hey, women, would you rather a man or a bear if you're alone in the forest? That is a humanitarian hypothetical question. When it's women in general, man or bear, that's the humanitarian hypothetical question. And then when I say black women, white man or white woman, that is no longer a humanitarian hypothetical question. It's now segregation. By the way, white people seem very upset about segregation, maybe a little bit more than we are. It's weird. It's weird. Like, you want me to be like, no, please, I'm not against segregation. Or, no, I am against it. You want us to just leave you alone? So much. So much. Because look, you don't like me, but you're in my comment section. You want to be nowhere near me and my negativity, and you're commenting to me. But yes, tell me more, how I have no idea the issues that come with talking to white women. I am obsessed. Intellectual menace. Oh my God. Oh, it just feels so good.
Good morning, Granny.
Good morning.
Chilly today.
By saying good morning doesn't mean I want you to have a conversation with me.
Hold on, I have a thought. So, that's not how embarrassment works. I'll let you know that. But y'all think that just because my name is White Woman Whisperer, I make it about race. So but either way, just because I did it and other people didn't do it, I should be embarrassed? That's white as hell. Don't be the one who says anything. Don't start a conflict. I know that's not how starting conflict goes. Like, people think that talking about it creates it, but if you look, I'm not controlling the answers. You can't unask a question anyway. So, maybe just deal with it. I don't know. Or don't. But how embarrassing for you. Oh shit, this just reminds me. I call whiteness is an anti-identity. Cause it is. It's don't have your thing. It's an anti-identity. It's all groupthink, not community individuality. It's individualism. All right, I'm going too far. But you talk. That's just, but thank you so much. So everybody talk about my sweater. Yes, I made it. This is the second one I've made like this. I do not sell them currently. I do it as a depression hobby, and it's just come along this way. Don't monetize your hobbies or else you won't get stuff like this. That's what I think. Anyway, sorry. So, the way you started this, you said, I get it. And I said, you don't get it. And then you said, no. You told me no. You do. The wolf in sheep's clothing thing, smiling emoji. You mean racism in white women? The thing? That thing? But anyway, back to the thing that I'm scared of. That's all you're saying. Talk more, but you should be as afraid as I. There's no way something can be scarier than the scariest thing I can think of. Incorrect. Citation, slavery. Y'all. Okay, hold on. I am confidently standing by choosing potential rape to prove a point. Okay, yeah. What's the point? What's the point? Let me pretend. Okay, ready? So with a bear and a man, we understand like a bear can maul you to death, but a man can do so many other things we would never think to do. A man could rape me, but a white woman could think of so many other things to do. Like get her man. Like get a couple men. Maybe get my kid. How dare I? You know what? Okay, no, I know what the actual issue is you think the point I'm proving, and I think I might be, not even trying to, I am proving the point that racism is worse than sexism. That's what you think, and you hate it, because you think it's either or, a tenet of white supremacy. You think it's one or the other, and I'm saying bear versus man versus white man, and by choosing this over that, it might be worse. Yeah. As a black woman, I'd say I stand by what the fuck I said.
So I'm sitting here scrolling, right, earlier, and my girl, Goddess Mia, tags me in a video pretty much saying, hey, come over here, sis, and take a look. So I already know it's going to be juicy, so I go on over there. And this is what I found.
The same thing, same-ish thing as me asking, hey, black women, hey, you're at work and you're alone in a room. Who would you rather walk in right now? You don't know what it is, a white man or a white woman. You're in a conference room alone. You have to be with one or the other. Which one is it going to be? Now, be careful how you feel about this, because how did man feel when we picked bear?
Sis, first of all, who told you? You knew how to whisper. You don't know how to whisper, girl. You saying that shit all out loud, and you are spot on. I completely agree. And you violent femmes over there in her comments, first of all, understand this. She ain't over there by herself. She's speaking for black women. And you are showing exactly who you are. You are showing exactly why that scenario for black women is a fucking conundrum of terror. You think that your womanhood, your story, is the standard. That is the story of womanhood, the picture of womanhood. And you think that everything should offend womanhood as it offends you. You just fucking erase us altogether. That is violent, right off the goddamn muscle. You say that this is about assault. I say that this is about an abuse of power. And a long history of violence that manifests in many different ways that's so strong that we can predict the probability of future harm when we come in contact with you, and we choose to avoid you because we do not want to get hurt. You tell me that shit ain't the same. Your history, though, runs in tandem with your men. You see, way back in the fucking days of enslavement, your ancestors, your women,
were so violent, so fucking aggressive, in tandem with their men, that there were laws actually put on the fucking books to protect those women from punishment when they harmed, up to death, mixed race children, the products of what their husbands were doing to my ancestors. You got a long ass fucking history of violence, bodily violence against us. You women are so fucking dangerous. You have a history of inciting violence against our sons and our husbands, our men. And those are the ones in proximity that harm us. That's for Mamie Till. Y'all don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. It's about betrayal. You betray us every chance you get. Oh, we're with you. We're in on it. We're a team. And as soon as we turn our fucking backs, historically, you make violent moves to exclude us. That was for Sojourner Truth. Ain't I a fucking woman? Yeah. Sis is over there rocking your asses in them comments. And you are showing exactly who you are. You can keep your feminism. I'm a womanist. Because my story, quite honestly, would be PG if I could X you out.
Black woman, you are the one they've tried to imitate. Black woman, you are the voice of faith and the voice of fate. Black woman, they know you can destroy as well as you create. Black women, do not try to entertain their mediocre race. No, black woman, cause you can run faster, you might as well run farther. Yeah, black woman, if you can stand prouder, go ahead, smile, unbothered. Black woman, you will constantly achieve and exceed all their expectation. Black woman, if you don't know it by now, you are the reason for their hesitation. Black woman, you too have forgotten you are mother of all. Black woman, because they don't uplift you, watch how they shall fall. Black woman, stop trying to carry the weight of their sickened world. Black woman, remind them your name is God and no, they can't call you girl. Black woman, they need to hear your war cry. Black woman, you must let all of them down before you let us die. Black women, we are the reset. Black women, we are the revival. Black woman, you are the author of creation. Do not let them teach you survival. Black woman, you pick your head up. Don't you ever bow. Black woman, your time has always been, and it is still now. Black woman, do not let them try to dumb you down in their conversation. Black woman, you are the most educated demographic in the nation. Black woman, you are the source of this world's magic, and they can't replace you. Black woman, your track record is in your blood, and that's why they keep trying to erase you. Black woman, they're gonna taint your beauty, but promote it and sell it to everyone else. Black woman, they're gonna hate you because your greatest power is the love that you could have for yourself. Black woman, you are the reason the sun of the east shines in the morning when it rises. Black woman, you are the reason the sun of the west touches the waters on the horizon. Black woman, your tears of rage and wrath would fuel the 7 seas. Black woman, you could level their lands, reclaim your throne, and they would bow to thee. Black woman, everything that moves came through you, mother first. Black woman, your fear is the byproduct of you not knowing your fucking worth. Black woman, your essence gave birth to the stars that shine in the sky at night. Black woman, everything we've created is going to be in vain if we don't stand up and fight. Black woman, they need to hear our war cry. Black woman, you must let all of them down before you let us die. Black woman, you are the reset. Black woman, I am the revival. Black woman, we are the authors of creation. Do not let them teach you survival.
Here is my preliminary list. Sorry, I should have done this before. Of things that racism is not. I'll start with this one. Backstabbing and bitching. Being a bitch is not racism. Backstabbing, also not racism. I will continue. Looks and comments, not racism. Insults and cattiness. Y'all like to put these in pairs, apparently. And like, I'll keep going. Nasty and annoying. All of these are just adjectives that you find, you probably are thinking about, because I realize that, like, y'all don't want this. You find racism annoying. Nasty. A woman being nasty to us. That's what we're talking about. Black women, we talk about. We don't like white women being nasty and annoying. Being black and saying that. Making it about race is not racism. Dividing people by demographic, not racism. Y'all made it racism. White people specifically said, let's do this kind like this for this reason. I'm just saying, as a concept, division happens all the time. But y'all seem all of a sudden to, like, who's on the annoying one? Heavy on annoying. Who is telling y'all racism is annoyance? Is anyone saying that? Oh, it's like he's just flirting with you. It's a compliment. What, it's too many compliments for you? You get looked at a lot? You have to dress up a little bit more? It's not, what it actually is, which is you not realizing this bitch may have been raped before. And y'all are throwing rape at me as a way to tell me how I should not be afraid of you. Threatening me with your rape? I'm not sure here why someone pulled out their restraining order as like, this is why I'm wrong? Are y'all threatening me? It feels like it. It's not violence. But I can't open my phone without a white woman yelling rape at me. What the fuck? I'd like to also state that women and white women are also capable of raping people. All of a sudden, this is what we're talking about, victim bully situation, which I can't understand. The way y'all are running to me to tell me that in choosing white women or white men, I choose white men, and your response is to threaten me with what they'll do to me. And then when I don't accept it, look at what happens. That's racism, okay? It's forgetting I exist outside of what I'm here to tell you in the current moment. It's never considering for a moment that you could be currently doing harm because you are speaking up for something you care about. Friends done with me, but I'm gonna just give you this. Google black women unrapeable. What do you think about when you think about black women and rape? What do you know about it? What's the gist? What's the vibe? What happens? What are the stats? Do you not know them because they aren't happening? What about slavery times? Have you heard about breeding farms? I hadn't. The fact that I even but that's what racism does. Has you just with your own hands, blinding yourself. Just, I don't even know, running right into me. And I say, get away. You keep hitting me. And then you just keep running right into me. And then you're laughing and it's weird. Like, you know nothing and you're this comfortable. What is your fear? Do you have this kind of energy for them? If so, could you go do that? Because we're still in late stage capitalism. You can't have this much time. You can't be doing all of that and all of this. Because I don't understand what you're doing here. You definitely are not changing my mind. At least if I cry right in that room, that man will be scared to be associated with it. When I say I'm uncomfortable in these comment sections, look what happens. I have told people to stop and to leave and to get out, go away. I don't want you here, please leave. And because I don't physically block them, it's funny. It becomes funny to them. And a game, I could be it, and I hate you, and now I'm gonna say worse shit, and the less I do, the more upset they are. That's racism. I like to boil it down to cute conceptual thought. It's supposed to take time. Digest it. It's not consumption, white people, although you should maybe also Google white people consuming black people. And then, I don't know if you're ready for that, but listen, while we're here, if you've gotten this far, understand you are your people. You're not different. Don't other yourself. And that's the reason people are so upset, because in any other scenario, I didn't realize any other scenario, you can other yourself. But once I said white man, white woman, it became, wait, I can't be the main character. There's no Katniss Everdeen for me in this story. Okay, sometimes there's no Katniss Everdeen in the story. But now you decided you're the antagonist and they're the protagonist and I want to be in the room with them. No one is happy about the answer, sis. No one is happy about the answer if they have to choose white men. Ooh. There we go. That's racism. Oh my God. Sorry, I look for to put back that. One of y'all said I shouldn't have any kind of negative reactions to someone because they were asking a question. But then they said something very interesting. They said, it's not like she was being a dick. It was this white woman speaking up for a different white woman in my comment section who I was not having a good interaction with. And this white woman came in to tell me it's not like she's being a dick. A dick. I feel like that's somehow connected to this idea that white women just don't ever grape anyone. It just doesn't, it's not, SA doesn't happen. Grape, what are you talking about? That's men. That's only men that do that. Men. Who is raising these men? Bitch, on the video, I said I'm divisive. I'm here for dividing shit. Sometimes you gotta divide stuff. It happens. You don't gotta do it in the eugenicsy way, but like it's in the video. Also, Caddy with T's, why aren't you saying racist? Comparing racist women to rapists is low intelligence, is what you're saying. It's low intelligence to discuss race in regards to rape. I got a video for you. Nah, you don't want it. I mean, I already have a video. I'll tag it below where we have already had this conversation, us people who want to do better, right? So yes, by the way, what I was trying to say is, yes, I am divisive. I'm trying to separate the good whites from the bad whites. Yeah. I'm not trying to have one big melting pot. Ill. Fondue? No, thank you. I'm not here for it. Listen, people, y'all put your fingers in it. You don't wash your hands. I'm here for the salad. I want the salad and some bacon bits in there, all that stuff. Maybe no bacon bits. Options. Salad bar. Then we get dessert. Anyway, people understand. People who remember liberation from the pie, shout out to y'all. Those are the people I want. I'm here for the division. Yes. I'm trying to figure out how we move forward. Because it's not going to be all y'all. It's just not. And I'm not waiting. This made me think of, a lot of us are talking about Emmett Till. And I want to add a little nuance to that conversation because Emmett Till, I did not know this. Thank you to Walt, former Love Poet. I had no idea that they were saying at the time that Mamie, his mom, made it up. There were many articles giving conspiracy theory that it was all to generate some feelings. Right? Thank you. This is I should probably have picked whatever, doesn't matter. Whew. So yeah, shout out to the white women coming in with the facts, stepping in, saying your piece from your perspective, but also to let people know it's time to shut it down, leave us alone, and to go away, go journal and stuff. But just added nuance for thought is it's Emmett Till a lot. But it starts to I don't want people to get confused to this is the only time it happened. This is the only time she showed it for the reason. You know what? There was the cat so that it was look, it happened, and then they still tried to say she was just making a fuss, just a little racism, just a little annoyance or whatever. Can you believe that? I can. I mean, what I mean. Listen, this whole nugget got a lot to say. And so does Fran. She's over it. She is over it, this whole nugget. So you could block me. You didn't like what I have to say. See, this is what white women do. They hear something in another room, and then they go find that information. Do you remember the Victoria's Secret lady? You remember how she was chasing the woman and saying, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, but chasing her? And that was after she hit her and noticed that she was maybe getting some heat. Remember that? Remember the cops came and she was crying to the cops? Anyway, this is weird. I'm allowed to be places and not expect to be harassed. That was kind of what the point was supposed to be, right? I should be allowed to exist on TikTok and say literally whatever I want, right? Because freedom, right? Freedom of speech, all that. I should be able to say that. And if you don't like it, you don't have to engage. But what white women do is engage in terribly bad faith, like you have done in the many comments you have left. You've called me beautiful and tactless in the same comment. It's weird. We can see you. I know what you do. We can see you. She really just wants to watch her TV. And look what you're doing. You're taking away from Fran's TV time. Just kidding. I would never let you do that to her. She gets all the TV time she wants. What you want, baby? What you want, baby?
And
You know what's crazy is that you thought you ate with this. Guess what, bitch? Triple homicide over here. I hope my bubby is haunting you for the rest of your life. That is no longer a humanitarian hypothetical question.
Listen, stop what you're doing and go follow this sister. I need every last one of my followers to follow that sister. I literally binge watched her whole page. When I tell you 10 out of 10, she's probably the most intellectual black woman I have ever encountered here on TikTok. Like, she gets it. Like, she's like the woman version of the stuff that I know I want to say on TikTok, but I can't say on TikTok because y'all already know big black man is the boogeyman, and especially a black man who's educated and well-read. We are the boogeyman. But if you follow me and rock with my content, please, please, please stop what you're doing to go follow that sister. And by the way, watch that video that I just stitched. It's top tier. I mean, when I tell you top tier, I'm telling you top tier. The stuff I've been saying in codes because I have to, unfortunately, big black boogeyman, black man gotta talking codes on TikTok because y'all already know how that I'm already being falsely accused of a bunch of stuff because I speak out. But please, 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 y'all gotta go 10 out of 10. This sister is top notch, top tier, top quality content. I'm gone.
Oh my God, the irony of your comment. The irony of your comment. The initial conversation wasn't about rape. It was which would make you feel less safe, man or bear. Women tied it to their own personal experiences and thought, holy shit, men do some fucked up shit. And if a man attacks me, I'm not going to be believed. If a bear attacks me, I will be believed. And if I tell a bear to fuck off, it will likely fuck off. If I tell a man to fuck off, he won't likely fuck off. Compared it to their own personal lived experiences. And then Rebecca's brain did what Rebecca's brain does, and it shot that firework into the sky, and it exploded into 100 different ideas. And she thought, you know what? I can compare this shared experience to something that people might not understand. I can use this shared experience to help people on their anti-racism journey. A friend of mine said that's thinking like a sentient firework, and I completely agree. She took a shared experience and compared it to something that's not a shared experience. That firework idea went up into the sky and it exploded into a whole bunch of different ideas, and she was able to connect the dots that other people can't see. And even after she spelled it out, people are still not seeing it. She even started out with, hey, keep in mind how the men responded to your answer to, would you rather meet a man or a bear in the woods? Keep that in your mind before you respond to this different analogy. And then it was like, okay, I know we would all choose the bear. I know that bear can fuck us up. That bear can kill us. That bear can cause us a lot of harm. But we're still going to choose the bear because we feel more safe with the bear than we do with the man. It's not a great option, but it is the better option. You know what I mean? Hey, we can tell a bear to fuck off and it might fuck off. We tell a man to fuck off, he's not going to fuck off. There are videos of people telling a bear to fuck off and it fucked off. And there are videos of women telling a man to leave them alone and they don't do it. They do what you do and they get told to leave me alone 12 fucking times and they keep posting comments. I mean, they keep chasing the woman down the street. She starts to build a frame on the house and says, hey, black women, let's take our shared experience and compare it to an experience that we share with white women. And then maybe, hopefully, one day we can end up in the same library. And then after that, the same book. And then after that, maybe, hopefully, someday on the same fucking page. But then y'all keep throwing physical violence back on the table. She took physical violence off the table and replaced it with the one in the conference room. But you keep putting it back on the fucking table. My sentient firework connected dots and made me have to sit the fuck down. If a black man was asked, would you rather meet a white woman or a white man, you would know the answer. Because white women tears leverage violence against black men. So in that aspect, you do see Rebecca as a woman. But keep threatening her with men's violence as if she hasn't already experienced it, thus excluding her. That's... how? That's exclusion and inclusion at the same fucking time. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry. That's so much worse than the man versus bear.
Hey, you want to know something I just learned from one of the stitches of this video, of my video? It was punishable by prison time for a white woman to have relationships with black men. And there are documented cases where instead of go to prison, when they were caught being in relationship with a black man, they instead cried rape. And then that black man was not allowed to live anymore. They loved. If I can remember which, eventually I'll tag it. I probably won't. Hopefully, if someone sees it, tag the person in the comments. Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the love from white women ain't loving the way y'all think loving is loving. Because like in the black woman who loved the white man, loving versus Virginia, they were down for prison time. That black woman was down for prison time for her man. Y'all, I hate how much you are having me ride for white men. Like, that was never my intention. It is so, I am almost more disappointed in how white men have been healing me through this process. Like, as much y'all are like calling me pick-me's and you're gonna turn me into one. I've never wanted that. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Okay, so when I posed my question to black women for white women to consider as audience members, as sisters, my page had been set to private for a while. Maybe I got a little comfortable, but I did not expect. I expected a response, but not the one I got, not the way I got it. But listen, that's life, right? So I've been keeping some notes, starting with man versus bear gate is what I called it on the day it started. Actually, no, not the day it started. This is probably the day after, because I made a Patreon video during the day before I made the TikTok video. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, Patreon is the only reason I was able to do this, because I've been like building community and like confidence and deconstructing over there, like piece by piece by piece, the pillars of whiteness or white supremacy or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's why. So I'm excited. I'm going to make a post about the reaction to the video, because I already have one up there about this. I said this. I just didn't, if you can tell, maybe you can tell. I don't know. I recorded that before this, the explosion. So, but I wanted to show you how many pages. I don't know if this looks like a lot to you, but it's a lot of big ass pages that I have in the last couple of days, just in processing this response, watching these amazing stitches that black women have posted, listening to the white women, read from They Were Her Property or White Tears, Brown Scars to other white women. I'm loving that. But it's also giving me a lot of thoughts. I wish I could just duet everything. But unfortunately, TikTok hates creators sometimes, all the time. Shh, don't tell them. But so if I duet, and I'm like, if I duet stuff, or if they even notice I'm duetting it, so even if I save it and then post it, you know what I mean? More than 5 times in 30 days, they won't let me monetize any videos. And that's tough. I'm gonna do all this and then not get, you know what I'm saying? So I've been recording the duets and I'm saving them. And if I can figure out an easy way to post them on Patreon, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll hold on to them. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not exactly what I'll do with them. Maybe they're just for me. Maybe, I don't know. I'll sprinkle them out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I mean, all this to say, if you join the Patreon, you'll be in for a treat. But this may take, I was gonna like do it today, but it may take me a few. We'll see how I decide to go at this, because I don't know how I want to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But at least, I feel like this could be a good litmus test You know? Hey, did you see that video when it went from Bear in the Woods to white people in the office? What happened? What'd you think? I mean, apparently it is like there are very few people, like, if you don't get it, okay. You know what I'm saying? My name is a filter, and then this is another filter. So we can start to kind of see what we got going here. Who's ready for this and who's not. And part of me wonders, that's for later times. Maybe another Patreon video.
Don't worry, girl. I got your back. From right here.
This just reminds me of, what was it? Oh my God, it might have been like a year and a half ago when that lady got really mad. She's like, you don't speak for me. He's like, that's not what the whisperer does. She don't speak for. They don't speak for the animal. They speak to the animal. And someone was like, imagine the horse whisperer be like, hold on. This is still so funny. He's like, okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. He says he wants more carrots. Oh, I don't gotta. Y'all are saying everything I've ever. All I did was present. I didn't even say my answer. But if I wasn't sure, I sure am now. Nope. Y'all, do you guys think you could just, like, say no? That sounds about white. Nope. I said, here's a question, guys. Which would you rather? And you said, nope. Good try. Imagine flipping this and asking white woman. Okay? She'd probably choose the woman, right? And then you're saying, so it doesn't work because it's not, it's not an equals situation. And also, shame. That's not how shame works. It's not how embarrassment works. Like, y'all just try to, like, put it on me. Because you don't feel good. Something happened and you're just like, no! Shame on you! You should be. I should be what? With you? You just said no to, like, my entire existence. Nope. That's like racism. All right, let's recap. I said, you were like, something, right? I said, you'll live. And you said, oh, I know I will, because I'm not an asshole who shames people for not knowing things. You, on the other hand, because I say you'll live, and now you're doing this. I just want you to be clear about that. You, on the other hand, are just a nasty person. I couldn't imagine being ugly on the inside as well as out. Yikes. I mean, come on. Come on. All right. It's like, listen, I may be autistic, but I know I look good. Like, 34 years at this point. Like, I know I look good. I'm good. So there's that. Like, already, your credibility just... damn, gone. But it's weird because, like, it's you wanted us to choose you, right? Because you said, well, okay, no, you didn't want us to choose you. Let's just recap. So you came in and said something annoying that didn't get a good response, and then everybody dogpiled on you, and I said, you'll live. Like, take a hint, right? Like, you'll literally live. And then you said this to me. Now, this is all because I said I would choose the white man and not a white woman, right? So your goal is that I didn't say it in the first place, probably. I don't know what your original something was, but you said, I'm listening and I'm learning, but I've asked you to leave and you're not leaving. And this is why I'm not going to be tactful. I said same-ish, and I should have just said the exact same, actually more realistic, actually happens every single day, not in a forest. You come to us, you came to me. You hate me so much. You are talking to me. I've asked you to leave. What would happen in real life if I were to talk to you like this? This is how I feel. But yeah, no, tell me more.
One of my mutuals on here is Rebecca over at White Woman Whisperer, and I just love her content. I know that I personally have learned so much from her and have taken so much of what she has shared with us and internalized it. Rebecca puts so much time, energy, and grace into this education. And so often what she is met with is dehumanization and people talking over her, talking at her, demanding her labor, and it's really pretty atrocious to see. And yet, despite all of this that she receives in return for her efforts, she still continues. And it reminds me of a story. It's a story told by Kenyan Nobel Prize winner Wangari Maathai, and it's about the hummingbird. Please listen.
We are constantly being bombarded by problems that we face, and sometimes we can get completely overwhelmed. The story of the hummingbird is about this huge forest being consumed by a fire. All the animals in the forest come up and they are transfixed as they watch the forest burning, and they feel very overwhelmed, very powerless, except this little hummingbird. It says, I'm going to do something about the fire. So it flies to the nearest stream, takes a drop of water, and it puts it on the fire and goes up and down, up and down, up and down, as fast as it can. In the meantime, all the other animals, much bigger animals like the elephant with a big trunk, could bring much more water. They are standing there helpless, and they are saying to the hummingbird, what do you think you can do? You're too little. This fire is too big. Your wings are too little. And you're big, so small. You can only bring a small drop of water at a time. But as they continue to discourage it, it turns to them without wasting any time and tells them, I am doing the best I can. And that to me is what all of us should do. We should always feel like a hummingbird. I may feel insignificant, but I certainly don't want to be like the animals watching as the planet goes down the drain. I will be a hummingbird. I will do the best I can.
Thank you, Rebecca, for doing the best that you can and for inspiring a lot of us to do the best that we can. You are truly valued.
Here's a hard truth regarding this man versus bear conversation, and if you're not in a place to hear a hard truth and really critically think about something and not be like triggered, maybe favorite this video and come back when you have the capacity. And you know I don't give trigger warnings, and I attribute this thought experiment to White Woman Whisperer because I really wasn't thinking about my safety. But all things being equal, in this society, in American society, if I'm given the choice between a bear and a white woman, alone in the wilderness or alone in the city, and I really think about my safety, I would choose the bear too. I would choose the bear too. And that's not me throwing shade on any individual person's character. It's me looking at my personal life experiences and observations and my knowledge of history. But wait, I'm not done. If I had the choice between a bear and a white man in the wilderness or in the city, I would choose the bear as a black man in American society. But wait, there's more. If I had the choice between a bear and a black man, and again, I'm thinking of my safety, I would choose the bear. And the irony is, when I go down the list, because of the way racism works in American society and in the world, and the way we're pitted against each other, pretty much anyone except black and indigenous women, I would probably be better off choosing the bear. And when I thought about that, I felt really lonely. And then I thought about it some more, and I came to the conclusion that this is so ironic. And what's tragically ironic about this is the very same people group that I'm safest around, in many cases I present the most danger to, because of the way I've internalized white supremacy and patriarchy. And it's almost like because of what racism has stripped from me as a black man, I cling to patriarchy that much harder. To the extent where, if a black woman was presented with the question, if you're in an office, would you rather have a black man or a white man walk into that room? Which would you choose? I'm not sure of the answer. Because in those gray areas of oppression, the middle management of systemic issues, if you will, because those people groups are fighting and scrambling for power and influence and acceptance, it's almost more dangerous. Even though the other people group, we'll just say, might benefit from the system more. Does that make sense? Can we all sit with that for a moment? Because I'd really like to know your thoughts. Wait, I'm not done. If I had the choice between a bear and a white man in the wilderness or in the city, I would choose the bear as a black man in American society. But wait, there's more. If I had the choice between a bear and a black man, and again, I'm thinking of my safety, I would choose the bear. And the irony is, when I go down the list, because of the way racism works in American society and in the world, and the way we're pitted against each other, pretty much anyone except black and indigenous women, I would probably be better off choosing the bear. And when I thought about that, I felt really lonely. And then I thought about it some more, and I came to the conclusion that this is so ironic. And what's tragically ironic about this is the very same people group that I'm safest around, in many cases I present the most danger to, because of the way I've internalized white supremacy and patriarchy. And it's almost like because of what racism has stripped from me as a black man, I cling to patriarchy that much harder. To the extent where, if a black woman was presented with the question, if you're in an office, would you rather have a black man or a white man walk into that room? Which would you choose? I'm not sure of the answer.
This video. It was so good. That video is so good. Firstly, because it's not on this list, so I don't want to forget it. The comment section on that video versus the comment section on my video. Massage noir is a hell of a drug. Just want to say that. If you hear snoring, that's my little puppy's here. So I love this video because, one, it's like demonstration of accepting this information and it being tough, but then also applying it to see how you could also be a perpetrator because you know you aren't the most marginalized, and allowing yourself to feel the feelings, but then also acknowledging other people's feelings. Like, it's all valid. It's a yes and. It's just such a good yes and. But I do want to kind of, for those who are ready for maybe the next step of intersectionality and awareness of an element of the Black woman experience that is solely a Black woman experience. Would I choose the black man or the white man? Oh, I'm already getting a little bit. There is so much to think about when you answer that question, right? But for me, it's white man. White man again. Now, you know, my answers to these questions a couple of years ago, I think would have been very different. But I lived my life, and then life was like, hey, no, don't step. And if you don't step, because, okay, so there is the man element, right? Black men are the most dangerous to black women. I mean, there's proximity, right? We know that, like, if we in community, you're most likely to hurt each other, but it's like really, really bad. It's like really, really bad. Like they murder like crazy, like us, like crazy. Like we get murdered a lot. Look at the black trans women, like statistics. I don't know them, but I know they're really fucking bad. Anyway, so there's that element. So just statistically, I love that when they love that. It makes more sense to choose the white man, but also the white man knows he's a white man. So he doesn't want to get accused of racism or sexism, and he sees me as a woman. And I do have a particular experience as a lighter skinned, small, like petite woman. I'm 5'1.5", 5'2" when my hair is really tall. So they're attracted to me, so they know I'm a woman, and then like there we go, right? So I know that, and I know they're gonna be like, and I can manage that, right? They're gonna be nervous a little. Black men, and you know, and the thing that connects kind of like black men and white women when it comes to harming black women is it's like a get out of jail free card. Just be like, look, it's her. You're gonna believe her? That's it. And there's already this priming of like, no, look at her. Because whatever the inclination is, if they want to confirm it, it's so easy. You know, there's the Jezebel. If you want to Google that, I didn't even realize how much connected that was to like biracial. That's a whole other thing. Now, of course, I don't want to be in the room with a white man. I don't want to be in the room with a man. I'm processing a lot of stuff. I barely leave my room, this room, right? But we know that, right? Okay, so that's man. But then let's put racism back into play, right? That's the man hurts us, right? That's the natural patriarchy domination, right? So now racism. What does a black woman do when she has been assaulted? End of sentence. Question. Right? So we go report it to the police. Do you know what police do to black women? Nothing good. Right? So it doesn't matter who. I didn't even say, right? And then now it's a black man. Am I going to report a black man to the police right now? So you see about things with R. Kelly, and you see no one protects these black girls. So, you know, there's a movie called The Grape of Reese Taylor. It's not called Grape. And if you want to watch a documentary that kind of gives you a little insight into what things have been like for black women and how much we don't exist. But also imagine having to decide whether you're going to contribute to the incarceration of another black man. And then there's just like the dynamics of that man doesn't really, I mean, it's nice. He's just, you know, and they're not going to believe you anyway. Like, what do we do? So I'd rather it be a white man, because if he does something problematic, okay, I'm reporting it. I am reporting it, and I'm not going to feel any type of way. I'm not going to have to contemplate with the societal impact of my decision, or what it means about me that I, you know. betrayal and so that was just some of my thoughts on that.
I started sounding like the men. All right, so I heard something today. I heard a different version of the bear versus man in the woods question. And it was for Black women. Who would you rather have walk into a room, an empty room with you at work or at an office or whatever? And Black women are saying they'd rather have a white man walk in than a white woman walk in. And I can't pretend like I wasn't like, what? I mean, I got my backup. I did. I got my backup and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why? I mean, what do you just, and I started to get defensive. And you know who I started sounding like? In my mind? I started sounding like the men. I started sounding like the sad, whiny men who are angry at women's very valid fear of them. Well, it just sounds like this Black woman just hates white women. Does it sound like that? Does it? Well, this Black woman is talking about white women like we're beneath her. Oh, like that Black woman doesn't know what that's like. From me, my own self. Well, Black people just want to hate white people. Do they? Because I'm over here saying the whole time, women don't want to have to choose bear. No woman is excited about choosing a whole bear in the woods over a man. No one's happy about that. Black people are not out here just trying to hate white people. And I'm over here like, not every white woman, not this white woman. Yes, baby, this white woman. And it is the craziest wake-up call that I have experienced in a long time. And I am just like, you know what? Like, I mean, I have far to go in my racism recovery, my racist recovery. Because I am white. I am a white woman. We do have a culture where I don't even know how to explain it. All these nuances and all these things that we do as white women that seem perfectly okay to us, but they're little microaggressions. Oh my gosh. And then I'm over here insulted because Black women would rather be with a white man in an office setting, alone in a room, than with a white woman. And I'm offended by that. But they don't feel that way for no reason. Just like women, we don't feel this way about men for no reason. And this has been the whole humble pie that I have just choked on right now. Dang, like,
Do you know how amazing Black women are? I was just thinking about some of the comments I've been getting, as a result of daring to pose a question, whatever. And yes, the response and the vitriol has been exhausting and not what I expected or what I was looking for. I mean, it is validating and it is satisfying, and I love seeing the Black women be satisfied. the same time, okay, it's early. I just did my makeup. I don't want to cry. That was when I was doing it like this format. I made coffee. I'm drinking coffee. I'm talking. I'm super chill. They're telling me to look out for myself, but like personally, like take rest and a break. It just means so much. Ooh, okay, no. And like other people kind of do it, but like Black women know so much, you know, and we know how hard that is. So we know someone has to tell us to do it, but no one tells us to do it but us. Okay, nope. No. Okay, I have to learn the housewife tear down. They like stab their eyes right here. All right, I did it. Perfect. Because okay, the reason I'm thinking is this, because I went into my little workspace. I was gonna, oh shit, oh my God, it was hair. Oh, I was going to go figure out what to record and what to make for Patreon today. You know, I've made stuff, but then I was like, well, I haven't posted it yet, and if I post it, you know, I'm getting all these like, well, you know, people are finally listening, and it's so hard to rest. And no one knows that better than a Black woman. And like, when we're bored, we go get a degree. I went, got a degree, did a whole thing, then bailed and was like, I'm gonna start this now. I'm gonna do this now. And Black women have very little reason to trust me offhand. I mean, that's an in-house conversation that I will bring to Patreon because I do think it's worth having. But I don't want white women taking what I say about Black women in-house conversations and bringing it anywhere too comfortably. You have to invest to be able to even, you know what I mean? Like, let's work on one thing at a time. Anyway, I was gonna say, Black women, I love you so much. And so I gotta keep doing this, right? I gotta keep doing this because I do, but I gotta take a break. Oh God, I just love you so much. Brandy, this was to me? You commented this to me? You know, the way comments show up in our activities little section on TikTok, it could be to anybody and it could be to me, right? Unless you reply directly to a comment, it'll say replied to comment, your comment. But otherwise, I was like, this has to be to someone. This can't be to me. I can't even, the appropriation of the appropriation of, Fran has not as many thoughts as I do about this, but appropriation squared? Okay, so there may be people in the comment sections of stuff that have been referring to me or other Black women as women of color, people of color, blah, 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 blah. And for the most part, we're not gonna like correct you if your intentions are with us, right? But this is why often we will correct you if you call us a POC or a WOC or something of color. We're Black. And it's not just to correct you to like be right. It's because this happens. And we know that all of a sudden people of color have a lot to say when they want Black people to shut up. And it's very often that people of color want Black people to shut up. It's not always. And being not Black but not white does not mean you understand Blackness or that I'm gonna listen to you. I listen to Black women. I listen to myself. Black women have never said anything that sounds anything like this. Usually, we don't do that. If we don't like something, we keep it moving. You know why? Because there are more important things in the world, like our own liberation.
Hello.
What do I do? I what? Wait, sorry. What do I do?
Good morning, Chas. Okay, so Chas is very, very concerned about my strategy here. Chas does not follow me, to be clear, because I like to check. I like to check just to make sure they're not being like sarcastic, you know, because I love me some sarcasm. Chas is not being sarcastic. Chas says, I keep watching your response videos expecting you to actually disprove the comment, but it's not happening. Whoa. You got me. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna need you to do, Chas. For the rest of the response videos, any video you see of me, I want you to hold your breath until I try to convince someone to believe me. When you see me go, okay, this is why you should care about my humanity, then you release that breath. Jamie George, I gave you quite a few comments to not do this. But now here you are and you wanted my attention. You said you were leaving, I let you do that, and then you gave me more emojis back. So while I prepare myself to get ready for the day, I'm gonna leave your comment here so that other white women can see how ridiculous y'all sound. If you don't know, let me just read all that. I'd rather continue to work from home, LOL. You're not black, the question wasn't to you. Terrible start. LOL. Okay. Completely get where you're going with this. Spoiler alert, she don't. Not a fan of the delivery. But also not a fan. This has to be a question. Oh, well. All we as white women can do is be better and prove that I need y'all to go look at what Jamie proves. You know what? No. All right, so the comments don't go fully in order, but anyway, so she says, blah, blah, blah. We have to have women's backs. So we all have to have women's backs. And I said, please don't have mine. And then she said, you wonder why you're getting comments of you being racists. I don't care if you want it or not. She don't care if I want it or not. I still would not do anything to you. Be hateful if you want. This is the one that we're supposed to want in a conference room. Okay, cool. And then I think after that, I put a boo and some tomato emojis. I'm really into that today. Oh, like so. And then because she was like, explain your hate to me. Explain it. And I told her, don't tell me what you do. And then she was like, okay, and so I put more tomatoes. And then she was like, I'm going to leave. And then I put more tomatoes and a door, right? And then she put this little baby bottle. And then I said, I thought you were leaving, Jamie. And then she put more stuff and then said, well, since you're being so delightful to converse with, I shall reply. White women, leave us alone. You're the men of women. Ooh, you're the man of women. Ew. Chelsea, did you know I can read? Before we look at the original comment you literally just left, I'm gonna read this one out loud so you can hear it. Sorry, I got the mic in front of me. I was recording something else. Oops. I'm gonna do it again. I try and start terrible start, not even a sentence. Okay. I try and start a dialogue and ask a genuine question / for an explanation. What? I try and start a dialogue and ask a genuine question, slash, y'all just throw a slash in there, okay, for an explanation, and all I get is ick. That was good, right? That was good. Great talk. Thanks for all the insight slash reasoning. Oh, you're giving me like the before and after passive. Okay, you're like, this is what, you're saying the out loud parts after the quiet parts. You're trying to ask a genuine question. What you wanted was an explanation. And all you get is, hey, great talk. Thanks for all the insight. You should have explained it to me. Thanks for all the reasoning. I wasn't gonna give. Anyway, it explains so much. Weird, smiley, sweaty emoji. I don't know. But, oh, all right. We have to even look this comment. Let's find out what this genuine question, dialogue starter, explanation asking looked like. This should stay in drafts. I mean, I would assume the woman. You're just talking. I would assume the woman, since she would be less likely to be able to overpower slash grape you. All women, every woman would be less. Do you know how big I am? Or how tall? Women, you just, okay, cool. And for some reason, I'm getting the vibe you'd choose man. Explain, please. See, this is interesting. Why do you think someone has to say it before I say it? Why can't I have a thought that you don't have first? And if you care about listening to me and you think da-da-da-da-da-da, like you said in your let's look at them, why are you bringing autism into this? Interesting. Accusatory, but you're going to say, no, I was just genuinely asking, right? Because, of course, we always... so they're not in order. Then I say, hold on, I got to go back to the other one. That doesn't seem like a good faith question. Now, does it? Why not exactly? Again. Same as above. Look, like right in a row, right? Then we come back. No, but I'm genuinely asking. I'm not disagreeing with your main points at all. Who has told y'all I'm here for agreement? If you just say you agree with me, then anyway, I don't. Okay. I actually love learning from you. I didn't ask for that. Don't need it. Didn't ask. Nope. That did nothing for me. I'm asking why you're bringing other marginalized groups into this when maybe I missed something, but it didn't seem like anyone mentioned it previously. This is my page. If I mentioned it, it's relevant. If you don't care to find that out in good faith, that's not something I gotta do for you, honey. I'm not here to convince you. Never, ever. Talk to me nice. Sorry. So I'm pretty sure, like, this is one of the funniest complaints I get. You can't compare. It's like apples and oranges. They are not, you can't compare these two things. Who decided we can't compare fruit? They're both fruit. I can compare them. I like apples because they're easier to me than oranges. Oranges, like, if I peel them too much, I get in like my nail and then it stings a little bit sometimes if I like go in too hard with the peeling. Apple, I could just wash it, right? And I can put peanut butter on apples. I don't put peanut butter on my oranges. That's weird. But they both satisfy this sugar craving that sometimes I'll have. And they both have seasons in which probably they're better. Actually, I don't know if apples, I feel like apples do have seasons. Probably like fall, apple picking. Oranges have a season which is probably like winter, I believe, because that's when my grandparents would send oranges from Florida. What do you think? I think France so done with y'all. I understand what you're saying. No. And This is a whole issue that we clearly need to address and learn from. You know, there's one white woman at work when I told her she was she was the VP of diversity. And I told her, hey, your HR people are touching my hair at recruiting events for Black MBAs, graduates in business administration, Black ones. We're recruiting them, and your people are touching my hair at the booth. And she said, that's a big topic. Wow. She could have wrote an email. She said that's a big topic and showed me some charts and shit. Anyway, yeah, she was a white woman in charge of diversity. Anyway, so, and this is a whole issue that we clearly need to address and learn from, but not like this. Sorry, I haven't finished it, but I feel like you are, okay, but I feel like is the white man's, well, actually, or it's the white woman's, well, actually. Right. You get what I'm saying. It's early. But I feel like you are excluding Black women in this conversation. You're concerned about Black women. You're coming to me to be concerned about Black women. Even though all of us women face this bear versus man. What the fuck? What I think you're trying to say is that when I said, hey, white women, you're getting excited about bear versus man, that I thought Black women weren't a part of bear versus man, but that's not true because we're women. Oh my God. I just saw white women getting a little excited, and I thought maybe they were thinking that there was a topic and a whole issue that clearly needed to be addressed and learned about. But somehow it's more important. Oh my God. I haven't decided if I'm going to wash my hair today or not. I had an appointment and I did that and I was like, that's all I'm doing or worrying about, and then we'll see what else happens. But anyway, look at this. You should just ignore me instead of replying, because clearly that means you want to talk to me more, because I keep saying things and inflammatory things and then you're responding even with just emojis and stuff. So obviously you want to keep talking as I tell you more about why I don't like the things you're saying. Do you know how white you are? Sorry. Okay. Listen, so I'm a sharer. I love sharing with my friends, right? And I know there's so many people who want to know. And there are so many things I want to share about like how we can tell, because like I'm a pattern seeker, right? But there's just like very obvious ways when you read something, you can tell when someone's Black. And like, that's why you don't see a lot of Black women coming to me to be like, because I've only had one experience, right? Anyway, but that I wanted to speak on mixed, because I'm mixed. I keep saying I'm Black, but I'm mixed. Mixed isn't a thing. I know it's a category we made, but like that doesn't indicate anything about me. I could be mixed white and Indian, white and Chinese. Like those are completely different and those are mixed. And it's none of this. I don't experience any of those things. It could be two different, like visually different Asian countries together. That's interracial. That's mixed. Mixed isn't a culture. It's a category. I'm not a category. I'm a person in a culture. And I speak for a culture when I'm speaking. And Black women have no issue letting each other know when things aren't aligning. And being that I only speak, I am very clear. Anyway, I forgot you were here. Because you ain't us. Why would you? I said I'm gonna stop. Okay, I can't give y'all the code. It's just, I just like sharing. But I don't want to give more of like ways to avoid it, right? Because the emoji, anyway. But it doesn't mean you don't experience racism. Have a nice day. The way y'all refuse to let Black women have consent to a conversation and like make it up my responsibility for you to leave me alone. Because I'm sure the next thing you would say if I were to push back was like, you could block me. You're not blocking me. That's what it takes. I can't just tell you, hey, I don't like this. That's not enough. But I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, I just realized that I don't know if any of you watch videos from Tad Stormer? I'm not sure. But there was this video I saw recently where he's responding to someone saying Sally Hemings wasn't even like that much black. Like she was barely black. And he gave such a great explanation, and if I can find it, I'll try to put it in the caption, of like taking a black woman's experience and then somehow making her less black and at the same time less human is like, seeing that video gave me so much, because I'm like, why all of a sudden you care about the categories of blackness and who gets to fit? Like, all of a sudden when I make points you don't want to listen to, it's like, and so that's a really good video. It's because like they're arguing every point. Thomas Jefferson wasn't a terrible guy, and it's all the way down, and then by the end they're like, well, she wasn't even black, so why listen to her talk about her experience? Sally Hemings. So, at least it's not just me. All right, calling all white women who were confused. Calling all white women who were confused. Gather, 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 gather. You know what? Just to make you a little bit more comfortable, I'll drape myself in some colors that are nice and pleasing on the eye. Okay, right. So, I said words that this white woman did not agree with and did not like. And now she wants my entire account banned. That's not SA or grape or all these other things you guys are threatening me with that men are gonna do. She thinks everything I've done and worked for and all of this needs to be removed from me because I said something she deems inappropriate, cancelable. This is just one person. Like, this isn't, and I need you to understand that this isn't some crazy lady. I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, this is not an anomaly. And then they'll tell me that, what are you talking about? It's just bitchiness, cattiness, all these like women words you think, and it's just racism. And so if you see me in the comments giving you asterisk racism, because if you call it bitchiness, cattiness, vindictiveness, anything that isn't racist, you're giving it gendered trauma and not racialized trauma, and you don't understand it, so like that's your perspective and I get that, but whatever. So anyway, because this isn't any of those words, this is racism at work, and I don't need to give you stats or whatever or violence, crime statistics about how men and bears and all that shit. It's as simple as this. Y'all are the police. You are the polite police. You're the police. They don't come without you. They don't exist without you. Get the origin of police together in your brains, right? Is to protect white women from the big bad blacks. So this is how you help us. You make sure this don't happen, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not making backup. So y'all come together, unite, and be in solidarity with me, or the thing that happens to all of us is going to happen to me. If anyone was curious, I did it. It's hard not to touch. Anyway, so I realized there it is. So, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, weird questions that are like accusations. It's so weird with y'all and these questions. Like, look at the way y'all ask questions in the worst of faith. And if I were to say this is a bad faith question, you'd be like, what? It's just straight accusatory interrogation, but like plausible deniability. It's really kind of ick. But anyway, back to it. I'm angry as biracial? Are you asking? Because it seems like it. But it's not that. So it's not that they're angry I'm biracial. It's so maybe she don't want to. They're really trying with the AV. Like first they did this, and then it was anyway. She don't want to admit that I'm right here. She ain't black. So it doesn't make sense for her to argue for black women. You heard that? What they're saying is, be quiet about that black woman shit. You're not it for this purpose. I'm sure if, I were claiming anything white, right, they'd have issues. Or talking lots about black colorism, all that stuff, all just to say, stop talking about black women. I don't like it. And there's the proximity to whiteness, right? It is a choice on my part to push away the value system that comes with being biracial, being closer to white. I'm not black, I'm biracial. I'm not black, I'm biracial. That's what they want. I realized that once I started just being like, I'm black. I'm black. If you want to know more about me, I'm also Jewish. My mom is white. Like, those are things. I have a white mom. She's awesome. I have a good example of one. And in fact, I like to realize that that's a privilege I've had. And I'm trying to use that to bridge a gap in which I can see and I know how to construct. I'm really good at it. But that's your problem, ain't it? I don't want to hear all that black woman stuff.
So I watch White Women Whisper quite a bit. I've been watching her for the past 4 years. We're pretending all these stuffed animals are me. She's really great. I've learned a lot from her. If you're gonna watch her and you're white, you're a white woman, and you're sensitive about what she says, just don't comment. Just take a moment, and if she makes you upset, take a moment, step away from her account, or don't go back. But don't comment. It's not worth it. It's stupid. You're making a fool out of yourself. Anyway, I was thinking about making a silly little poem for her. And it's not silly. I don't know. I kind of want to be like, hey, thanks. You've taught me a lot. Rebecca. R, that's her name. White Woman Whisperers. Her name is Rebecca. R is for race. Rebecca talks about race, but that's because she truly cares about it. And being black, and specifically a black American woman, that is an important part of her identity and how people see her in society and everything. And just, look at her account. And then E for exceptional. She's exceptional. I've learned so fucking much from her. And then I've learned so much. Like, I know other people that have followed her that, if you ever go through the comments, it's quite a treat. You can find, like, a lot of other women, specifically black women, responding. And I love it because I get to follow so many more women, specifically black women, because you should always listen to black women. B, badass, because you're a badass for doing all these comments. I don't know how you do it. The other B. Crap, I had a thing for it. Oh, it's beautiful. That was what I was going to say. I'm sorry. I just couldn't remember it. I got lost for a second. E. Empathetic towards black women, specifically. And I like her community a lot. And I like the people she talks to and about, like, she'll be like, oh, I was talking about my friends. And I'm pretty sure the people that she's mentioned in the past, I have followed. But if they're not, like, people that have an account, I don't follow them. Because, like, how would I follow them if she doesn't, like, tell us? But that's fine. Not everyone in her life is going to have an account. But that's when and then C, caring. She really cares about the work she does. And it's a very important thing. And I'm so happy I found her all those years ago. And honestly, I like it when she goes viral because I'm like, there's so many good discussions, even though people are insane. A, awesome, because I think she likes the word awesome. And also I like the word awesome because she does some awesome stuff. Anyway, hope you like it. Go follow White Woman Whisper. She's pretty cool.
One thing for sure, and two things for certain. Wherever there are black women congregated in joy, just minding our business, there will absolutely be a curmudgeon that slides into the mix to try to ruin it for us.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. I guess.
Today I would like to say oof. And also darn.